In this video, I want to explain how Will Smith launched a private equity fund and how he raised approximately between $50 million to $100 million in this new fund. So the way he structured it and the way it works, it seems to be kind of almost like a quasi-secretive fund, and there's an individual partner, and the person's name is Vic Sassi, and he always goes around explaining how the fund actually works and is structured because everybody else that runs it is more busy running it. So the way it works, essentially it's a fund where you have a limited partnership and you have a general partnership. Will Smith is the guy everybody knows there, and really it's funded and co-founded by him and a bunch of there's actually a professional soccer player who's Japanese called Kazuki Honda, and I may be butchering the pronunciation, but he was a really successful athlete in Japan, and he has some other funds he works on. He has a $100 million fund in Japan as well that raised capital. And back in 2018, he partnered with Will Smith and several other Japanese people to start this fund called Dreamers VC. And it's really interesting because the way that their business model works, even according to how Vikram Sassi or Vic Sassi always talks about, is basically it's the same thing as it's similar to the Grant Cardone style or not even the Grant Cardone style, more the Kim Kardashian style, where you have on the front end, or the person that actually handles the money raising, be somebody else. So the Japanese people are the ones on the team are the ones handling the money raising. And on the back end, after the deals have been quote unquote like invested in, then they use an influencer like Will Smith in this case, as opposed to Kim Kardashian in this case is Will Smith, to promote the actual deal of businesses that they invest in to make sure the businesses do well. So for example, let's say there's an entertainment business that's an app. What they'll do is the fund will raise money to invest into these deals. If it was PE, it would be to acquire it. And the only difference that they're making is after they invest in the company, what they'll do is get Will Smith to do a celebrity endorsement. And they don't say that it's guaranteed or anything. The idea is that they're doing a celebrity endorsement. The celebrity endorsement basically has two types of fees. You have a talent fee that you pay for the person doing the talent, doing the work. And then you have a sort of production fee, which could be in the multiple six-figure range. And it's really interesting because the fund and the reason why they raise money is to make sure that the companies don't pay for these fees. Now, if you're somebody who wants to raise money to buy a business, how does this apply to you? I mean, you can simply build a team. If you want to raise money to buy, let's say, online companies that were, let's say, gambling companies, just more in a risky niche, what you can do, you can partner with an influencer that is in the gambling niche, like let's say a billionaire poker player to be extreme. And if you raise money, you get somebody else who's good at raising money to acquire the businesses, or let's not say a billionaire because they wouldn't need to raise money, just somebody who's probably one of the best poker players in the world. Partner with somebody who's an expert in the actual raising money part of it. And when you acquire the businesses, get the partner that you partnered with who's the celebrity or the experts in the niche to promote the brand so that they can get more sales. When they get more sales, they make more money. So that's just one idea, and that seems to be the model that's like a repeated model in sort of the VC fund world when it comes to Hollywood and things like that. Raises.com, we're more into private equity. We're not really into VC, but you can probably take some of the ideas and the tricks and games that people play in the VC world, especially out in the LA world, and then probably apply it to private equity. So that's mainly the main structure, and pretty much it's difficult to know whether so they say that they're based in LA, but it's difficult to know whether it's actually domestic or not. But usually these types of funds will be something called a Regulation D 506C fund, and they will be able to raise money from accredited investors usually only. And that being said, if this is something that you want to learn from, or you want to see how you can apply it in your own business, just make sure check out raises.com and see if you want to start a private equity deal to acquire a business, or even some pieces of real estate. And with this, we'll see you in the next one.